look at demographics. We're going to be a majority minority country by 2045. And then also you look at the Black and Hispanic/Latino contributions to the U.S. economy in terms of consumer spending. That's more than $4 trillion, 4.6 trillion in consumer spending. That is larger than many Western European countries. From a spend standpoint. So no institution, no company that cares about its long-term future from a financial standpoint wants to alienate these folks. I don't care what's happening with the current administration or anything like that. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And the demographics are moving in one direction in this country. And to your point, I think it's critical that people seek out information about the world around them. And I know we live in this time of deep fakes and this time of, fake news and all sorts of garbage content out there, but the information is there. The numbers are there. And, within the context of corporate America, I brought up those spend figures. No company in their right mind wants to alienate that consumer population. They want to be able to market to that population. And in order to market to that population, you have to know how to talk to that population. And you can't understand how to talk to that population unless you have representation from that population. So I think circumstances are going to compel companies and institutions, and I'm looking at institutions of higher learning as well. They're going to be compelled by market forces to engage these populations. And I don't care what you call it. You don't have to call it DEI. But the reality is that, if you take the other approach, you're going to go extinct.
Yeah, but therein lies the problem. I think extinction by default is actually the most prevalent choice of those who would have to make the other decision. So that is part of the issue. But yes, I think everything that you said resonates very well. I would recommend, I don't know if you're familiar with James Ball. He wrote a book. I've got it up here somewhere. I'm trying to see if I can see it so I can remember the exact name. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hang on. But you definitely need to read this book.
Send it through, bro. Send it through. I'm looking at stuff right now.
I want to hear your thoughts on it later when you come on my podcast in the future. It's called The Myth and Propaganda of Black Buying Power.
Oh, okay.
Media, Race, Economics.
I'm going to pick that up. What's his thesis? Does he challenge those data points?
He does, in fact, challenge those data points, their origins. He tracks the narrative of a lot of it through history. It's quite interesting. I really am interested in someone who works in finances.
I'm ordering this thing right now.
Yeah, we read it for our book club. And
I'm buying it right now. I'd love to be challenged on this because I spout these talking points a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people do. He writes about it. He names people who talk about this and this narrative, and he kind of talks about it. Yeah, he has a Patreon too that I signed up for because I was really intrigued by the argument that he put together. I'm trying to get him on the show, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I was like, I have to at least put this out there.
And then when did he publish this book recently?
This book is basically the culmination of his work, I would say, to a certain extent. Like he's been writing essays and other shorter pieces and doing interviews about this. But then this book is kind of like a culmination of all of it with the historical.
And I ordered it, man, because and how unfortunate is it that those types of narratives they're suppressed in a way. And I consider myself a very well-read guy.
Of
And
course,
that,
it has nothing to do with that, right? I mean, you're
yeah,
hyper intelligent, you're a well-read person, but ultimately, you don't know what you don't know. And
you don't know what you
unfortunately,
don't know.
yeah, and unfortunately, in the race context, there's a lot of that. And I think that most people have no concept of that even. Thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour-long, unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support, and see you next time.